Hey friends, and welcome back. Today I wanted to share with you how I do a gallon garden for my seedlings. So I'm starting seedlings right now in March. We're in zone 7A and it's still cold. It's still before our first frost. So I wanted to get some of these guys going. So I just took a gallon jug that had water in it and took a screwdriver and just poked a bunch of holes in the bottom, and then I'm going to leave a space here to kind of hinge back my bottle, and I'm just going to cut all the way around the bottle so I can hinge it open.
Well, I have to do it on each screwdriver anyway.
I totally took Corey's screwdriver without really asking. I thought he was done with it, but I guess he wasn't. But he went downstairs looking for it, couldn't find it, and I was like, oh yeah, here it is. So after I hinged this jug open, it was a little hard to hinge, so I just went and took my scissors and gave it a little bit more of a snip so it could open a little easier. But that's basically it. So this gallon jug will essentially act like a little greenhouse for my seedlings, so it can keep the heat in but still be able to sit outside and get them sun. So when you start seedlings, you want to make sure that you're using a seed starting mix, not necessarily like a potting soil or anything like that. So here is seed starting mix that I use, and you can usually find this next to the seeds in the store. So I had like a hard time finding the bag, so I wanted to give you guys a heads up. It's not like with any of the other soil, it's next to the seeds. So I just took a cup and scooped some of this soil into the bottom of my jug so I could get my seeds started. You really want to make sure if any like chunks are in there, you're just using your hand to break them up so the soil is nice and loose when you put your seeds in. Here are my teeny tiny strawberry seeds that I'm going to start in my jug, and I am just putting these in kind of just one by one just to make sure they have enough space that I can separate out their root systems after they grow. So I end up putting them kind of like not neatly in rows or anything. I just am spacing them just enough that when they grow and they're able to separate, they're not all clumped together and their root systems are clumped together. So I'm just giving them space to grow kind of on their own. This is our second year of having a garden at this house. We have gardened at our other house, but there are some videos of the garden from last year that I'll link below in the description for you. But this is the first time that we've started seeds like this. I did watch a bunch of YouTube videos using this method, so I'll link a couple of those in the description box below if you want to see what this container or jug or winter sowing gardening is all about. You can see some of the stuff that I watched before I decided to start this too. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do an updated video showing you how these grow, and make sure you subscribe so when I do post that video you're notified so you can see how this all turned out. Since these are strawberry seeds, I'm just kind of gently covering them with soil, not a whole lot, just kind of just covering them a little bit so they can start growing quickly. I don't know why I'm watering them like this. Typically I use like a spray bottle, or I take the whole thing to my sink and use like the spray setting on my sink. I guess I was just like, oh, I need to put this under my camera. I don't know why I just didn't bring my spray bottle like I typically do, but whatever, right? So make sure you water your seedlings, and then I am just taking some clear tape and taping all around my little mini greenhouse so it can hold in that moisture. I also removed the caps. Some of my videos that I was watching said keep the caps on, some of them took the caps off. My thought process, and from other videos that I watched, said take the caps off, that way when it rains or even snows, if you do winter sowing, the water can get inside of your jug and it's still going to kind of keep the heat in anyway, even without a lid on. You want air in there too for your plants to grow. So I just labeled it right on my jug. I put the date and what I was growing in there, and then just popped the whole thing out on my porch. I also am starting some jalapeno seeds, which should be interesting because typically jalapeno seeds need like a lot of heat like on the bottom of them to help them grow, a lot of warmth. So I'm just experimenting and seeing what will happen, especially with seeds that I can collect essentially for free. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, you can find more from us here. Make sure you subscribe so you can follow all of our adventures. Give it a big thumbs up and let me know down in the comments if you are a gardener or if you would like to see more of our gardening process. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.